Apparel shopping in Southeast Asia. Ultimate Buyer's Guide, identifying fake versus authentic, negotiating price, bringing home superior apparel. Become the smartest shopper in the market. Get authentic backdoor gear at bargain prices. Hi, I'm Paul T. Carter coming to you from Thailand, and today I'm going to show you how, when clothes shopping in Southeast Asia, to identify fake apparel from real apparel with actual examples of both, so you can get the best bargain available and know exactly what you are buying. I'm mainly referring to the Under Armour, Adidas, Nike, etc. you'll see in the markets, but I'm also including silk purchasing. You should know the real Under Armour, Adidas, and other brands are made here in Southeast Asia, and a portion of that apparel goes out the back door for discount sale at local markets. The information I share cannot be found anywhere else, and additionally, I'm going to show you how to negotiate and use superstition to your shopping advantage in Southeast Asia. I'll show you the differences in negotiating with the Thai versus Vietnamese, which will probably be the two most prevalent markets you will find yourself in. I have street cred on this issue. I'm standing next to the Bangkok police chief at a press conference following one of the largest counterfeit busts in Bangkok in several years. Here I am thanking Thai military on behalf of Western businesses for doing a superb job in assisting Western companies in rolling up counterfeiters who produce fake clothing, computer parts, and liquor. This bust featured Hewlett-Packard computers. Not sure how I got the black eye. I am featured here on national television news after a large counterfeiting ring was rolled up. Notice the news lady says, Paul Carter and then Hewlett-Packard Development Company.
จึงประสานกับนายพอล คาร์เตอร์ตัวแทนบริษัท Hewlett-Packard Development Company จำกัด
Over almost a decade, I have traveled to every major market in Southeast Asia and most of the minor ones to compile this research, from the Russian market in Phnom Penh, Cambodia, to Rong Klua on the Thai-Cambodian border, the night market in Luang Prabang, Laos, the Ban Tan market in Saigon, the major and side street markets in Bangkok, Hanoi, and more. And I will share with you what I have personally discovered by being on the ground so you can get the best bargains and know what you are buying. In the Golden Triangle, on the Mekong River, headed to Laos to buy Lao snake whiskey. Major Western brands are manufactured here in Southeast Asia, and a portion of them go out the back door for purchase in local markets at a discount price. I certainly have to believe Western managers are aware a portion of their real goods are sold on the local market, and that this is just the cost of doing business. This is where many YouTubers go wrong when showing Southeast Asian markets, because they only point out the fake goods and completely miss or misidentify the real goods manufactured locally that are on sale at discount prices. The first thing I'm going to cover is using superstition to your advantage to get bargains. Watch this. What do you think this lady is doing? She is literally swabbing the cash luck that just came her way over her products to increase the chance for them to sell. Southeast Asians generally are extremely superstitious. This is not a moral judgment upon Southeast Asians. They themselves will tell you the same thing. The first thing a merchant thinks as you approach their stall is whether you are bringing good or bad luck upon them, and they are more likely to give you a bargain if they think you are bringing good luck. For example, I purchased mango wood vases in Thailand. I know how much they generally cost, and I came across a woman at the Chatuchak market in Bangkok that had them on sale for 100 baht each, a very good price, cheaper than I typically see. I bought 10. But instead of charging me 1,000 baht, which was the price for 10 and a bargain, she, without explanation, charged me only 750 baht. Why did she do that? She just lost 250 baht for marked items. Well, she calculated for some reason that only she knows that the luck I brought her was going to be worth much more than 250 baht. I've experienced this same phenomenon, not often, but several times in Southeast Asia. I and a friend, hello Iron Mike, got free drinks in Subic Bay, Philippines, when the bar Mama-san said we had brought good luck, with customers coming in after we had arrived. I had a free massage in Chiang Mai, Thailand, when the owner said I had brought good luck the previous times I had been there. And of course, with karma, merchants want to keep that luck circulating by giving back to you. Next, in using superstition as a bargaining tool, the one clear advantage you can employ is to shop in the morning. Merchants uniformly believe the first buyer of the day is an auspicious event, and they try harder to make a sale with the first potential buyer who approaches their stall. The initial purchaser can bring good luck for the rest of the day, so you will more likely get a discount in the morning than any other time of the day. And this is what your rational Western mind must understand about bargaining. Don't think because you got a great discount it is because of your superior negotiating skills. Likewise, don't think your negotiating skills are terrible because the vendor, who hasn't sold all day, refuses to give you a discount. It's about their calculation of luck. You may find my message contradictory. On the one hand, I say luck is involved in getting a good price. On the other, I say negotiate. Well, some merchants are more and some less superstitious than others. Or maybe a vendor is really desperate to make a sale because of a sick family member. Always negotiate. Just remember that unlike in Western shopping, the value of luck plays a significant role. When I go to a new market, I typically go in the afternoon and look around to determine what interests me. If I see an item or items I'm interested in buying, I note where the vendor is located, because some of these markets are acres in size, and I come early the next day to negotiate for the purchase. As a morning buyer, you will always get a better price. Most Southeast Asian cultures have lucky and unlucky colors for each particular day. If you've ever stood on an Asian street unable to hail a taxi because they just keep going past you without stopping, it could be because you're wearing the wrong color that day. That neon red shirt may look fashionable to you, but since red is the unlucky color of the day, that cab driver is not going to pick you up so that your bad luck can swash all over his cab. It is always helpful to read in a cultural guide wherever you are to see if there are any taboos or other cultural imperatives that can influence your shopping. Conversely, if green, for example, is the lucky color of the day and you stroll up to a vendor in your Save the Planet green t-shirt, the vendor will be ever eager to sell you a product. I was recently at a Thai wedding. Do you notice anything peculiar here? How about the color green? Once again, emphasis on colors. You've been waiting for this. Let's talk about buying silk and brand name products like Nike, Under Armour, North Face, and such in the Southeast Asian market. Take a look at the shirt in this package, a photo I took in a Hanoi market in 2020. Is it fake or real? How do you go about determining such? There are some key facts you need to remember in unlocking these secrets. First, counterfeiters are lazy. Their goods will not contain as many labels and tags as the real goods, nor will they go to the trouble of imprinting a shipping bag. Secondly, counterfeiters don't speak good English. Fake goods will almost always have a misspell on the label or tag. 3. Authentic name brands are made here in Southeast Asia, and the real ones do get out the back door for selling at the market. Which do you think is easier, setting up a printing operation for multiple sized English language tags and inking a plastic shipping wrapper, or simply carrying the product out the back door? Some of the products coming out the back door may be rejects, but not all. I'll answer the previous question I asked you. this Under Armour was real. These are made in Vietnam. It came in a bag with an imprint. It has more labels and tags than a counterfeit product would. There was no incorrect English on it. So let me show you some examples. Here is a shirt that I bought at a Cambodian market. It has a label here. It has a label here, said made in Cambodia. It has a label down on the bottom. Now typically, and an extra button. Typically, counterfeiters will not take the time to put this label on the bottom. Oftentimes it won't even have the made in wherever label. And sometimes a counterfeit good will not have this label. But this one, it has 3 labels, all in perfect English. 1, 2, 3, the one at the bottom. And I examined the stitching on the inside. That's very important. The stitching here on the inside is very good. Let me give you an example of a fake shirt. This shirt here looks pretty good. It's hard to tell it apart from a real one. Has a nice Adidas label, has a stamp Adidas in the back. The stitching right here is really good. Adidas here. But I notice when I'm reading it, it says made in Singapore. Oops, you've got a misspell twice. And then on the sleeve, it says, I think this is supposed to be Porsche Design, but it says Porsche DESGN. So this is clearly a fake. Additionally, there is no tag on the bottom. Now, many of the shirts you will buy in the US will have a UV label down at the very bottom of it, sports shirts I'm referring to, down here. If you have a UV label on your shirt that you buy in Southeast Asia, I can almost assure you that it is a real shirt, because counterfeiters are not going to go through the time and expense to print this intricate label that's in perfect English. Always inspect the inside stitching particularly. Often you will find fakes that look good on the outside but are sloppily stitched on the inside. Don't let the absence of a printed plastic bag render you a judgment that the apparel is fake. Often, if the item is carried out the back door, it will not have been placed in its original shipping plastic bag. If the product is in the bag, it is almost certainly original. Here is a misspell. I'm sorry I don't have more examples, but I buy authentic gear, and I'm pretty sure you know what a misspell looks like. Bottom line, if your garment appears to have most or all the tags and labels you would expect from U.S. apparel, and the tags are in good English, and the inside stitching is decent, you can be reasonably certain the garment is real. I like the watercolors here. I saw the merchants were of Chinese origin, so I was prepared to pay face value. Chinese business persons are very skilled negotiators. They are both honest and reputable, but they are typically more skilled at negotiation than I. Let's now talk silk and antiques. Many popular websites proffer certain tests to determine if silk is real, such as burning silk. It is difficult to burn, the flame will extinguish, and the wedding ring test. The latter offering that silk is so smooth it will pass through the wedding ring, while other materials will bunch. This is absolutely false. Polyester is one of the smoothest fabrics and will easily pull through a ring. Most cotton too. The amount, not type, of fabric being pulled through a ring mostly determines whether it will pass through. As far as burning, no legitimate silk merchants are going to allow you to walk into their store and burn their silk. As my dear friend, Jumpmaster and U.S. Army Ranger Lee G. Stewart would say, ain't happening. Silk merchants and experts will tell you the only sure way to know you are buying authentic silk as a buyer is to know the source. There are certain brands and dealers in Southeast Asia that are established, reputable silk merchants, and these include rural silk merchants in upcountry Thailand. Antiques are something you should steer clear from overseas. It is quite easy to make them look rustic and old, and vendors do. One of my favorite signs on a Southeast Asian shop was "Antiques Made to Order." Let's talk negotiating in general and with Thai versus Vietnamese. Are you the type of person who likes to go to a car lot and haggle, or do you prefer to avoid that process? If you like to haggle, buy from the Vietnamese, and if not, buy from the Thai, as a general rule. Here are some quite striking differences in the countries. The Sino-sized Vietnamese are aggressive and businesslike. Think New Yorker behavior. On the other hand, the Theravada Buddhist Thai and their Cambodian and Lao counterparts are very laid back, sabai sabai. It's perfectly acceptable to offer a lower price to the Thai, and they may accept or make a counteroffer. But they might just as easily say no, and they certainly won't haggle with you like is expected in the Vietnamese market. I've seen Thai merchants simply tell folks who wanted to too aggressively haggle to move on with a smile. But if you like that banter, the negotiating kabuki dance, you'll love bartering with the Vietnamese. I've never seen a Vietnamese merchant let someone walk off without shouting an additional offer. Now save yourself some time and energy. If you stop to browse at a Vietnamese stall, expect some friendly yet very engaged sales efforts. If you don't want to buy, say nothing but thank you and briskly walk off. Otherwise, you'll be stuck there haggling because the Vietnamese will just not let you leave the stall. Living in a connected global world provides one main advantage to shopping and one main disadvantage. The advantage is that Mr. Google may be able to tell you more about your potential product, and other buyers may have happened across the product in their travels and written a post somewhere. The disadvantage is that the seller generally knows what his or her product is worth monetarily, and if it is exported, almost certainly knows what it sells for in, say, Orlando. Gone are the pre-internet days of paying $10 for a $100 product. With that said, merchants here do not expect you to pay the Orlando price for their goods. I was haggling with a Vietnamese merchant. She said, well, in the US, this was such and such price. And I said, well, yeah, but I'm not shopping in the US. I'm shopping in Vietnam. So I was trying to drive the price down. Finally, the best shopping, in my opinion, is to be had in Thailand and Vietnam, as Laos and Cambodia import many goods from Thailand and Vietnam. The exception, of course, is locally made products that are made, carved, or grown in Laos or Cambodia, and there are many. The point is, though, if you see the same product in Laos that you see in Thailand, it probably came from Thailand. Should I buy the Calvin Klein underwear?
Yes.
I don't know. How much?
$2 for $5.
$2 for $5 on the Calvin Klein underwear. Okay.
Two color like this or different color.
Okay. So I just bought this. This is a very good quality. I really like this. I checked out the design. You see North Face, Adidas. This is a great quality bag. I'm really very happy with it.